I'm Jan Kowalski with Greenslate I Incorporated, and tonight I'm joined by Miss Carolyn. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
This is a live interactive show, and we're streaming live at cantv.org/hotline, and this is also live on CanTV Channel 21. And tonight we're going to find out all about Miss Carolyn and what she's been up to lately. But before we get into that, for the next 25 minutes, this is a live interactive show, so by all means, for the next 25 minutes, call the number that appears at the bottom of your screen. It should be 312-738-1060. And you can always call in with any comments, questions, or concerns, or just to say hi. Now, before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about Greenslate. Greenslate I Incorporated is a not-for-profit corporation, and their design, the whole principle of Greenslate, is to assist ex-convicts. They have any number of programs, including reentry programs. They have a Feeding the Families of Inglewood program. They've got a Kirby's Kids Camp, and last but not least, my favorite is through the Circuit Court of Cook County. If you have any community service hours you need to fulfill, please call Greenslate I Incorporated. And let me show you their information here. There it is. Greenslate I can be reached at phone number, write this down, 217-600-1846. Their website is Greenslate Institute, 4justice.weebly.com, and their email, greenslate-institute, 4justice@gmail.com. And of course, I'm Jan Kowalski McDonald. Some of your viewers might have seen some of my other shows. But just to help you out here, it's Kowalski McDonald. Here, hold on. Oh, sorry, I'm messing with my Zoom here. That's Kowalski McDonald. And Kowalski is here. I've got a little series here. That's a picture of some coal. And there's my brick wall. And last but not least, I've got my skis. We put the coal, the wall, and the skis together, and you got Kowalski. And there's my little koala. Oh, is he cute? He's giving me a thumb up, and he's on his skis. Because that's to remind you my name is Kowalski. Now, I know some of you are going to say Jan Kawasaki. Oh, that's so close. I wish I owned a motorcycle company. But no, it's really Kowalski. And once again, to help you, there's my koala. And I'm 100% qualified. And back to me. Good evening, Carolyn. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Perhaps you can tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and why you're here on the show tonight.
I run an organization called Humble Hearts, and I serve the low-income communities and the homeless. And a lot of the work that I do is basically trying to create a wraparound services where if someone is in a shelter and they get out of a shelter and they need furniture, Humble Hearts supplies the furniture, to feeding homes, families, or the homeless, and providing clothes. Anything that we can take that someone would throw out, we take that back and recycle it into those in need.
Oh, Carolyn, I think we've got a caller. Caller, do you have a question or comment for Miss Carolyn here?
Hi, this is Rose McDonough, and I know Carol. She's an amazing lady. She's an angel. And my son and Michael is watching Carol on TV right now. We love you, Carol.
I love you too, Rose. Do you mind if I take a minute and share your story of how you and I know each other?
Yes, you can. I'm going to start crying.
Okay. So thank you for calling, and thank you for the support and love. I appreciate it. So Rose, I met Rose about 5 years ago. They were in need of a sofa, and she has an autistic son, and when you have an autistic child, losing something old and receiving something new takes an adjustment, or they don't accept it. So it was a difficult.
Let me just jump in here. In my experience with autism, it runs the full spectrum. There's a light touch of autism, and sometimes are more heavier and more introspective. And a lot of these children that are affected by this disorder, generally speaking, have got tactile issues. In other words, they might not like, for instance, on sofas, they might not like the fabric. They might not like the shine of it. So you have to be very careful when you're selecting furniture for autistic children and families in general. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Carolyn.
Yeah, so I had to put a lot of time and thought into what kind of material and color and fabric we were going to give to this home. And we arrived at the home, delivered a brand new sectional sofa set for this family. And Michael, finding out that he was autistic, doesn't let anyone near him. And I was so blessed to sit on the sofa, receive a hug, and make a new friend. Rose, his mother, was surprised at just the bondness that happened, you created so fast. And we just stayed in touch. Social media is such a blessing. It's not all for bad. And it's helped me stay in touch with my clients and see their progress, see how they're doing. And I've watched Michael grown in the past 5-6 years.
I'm going to jump in here. Carolyn, I don't think you said what your organization is or how we contact you, because, I need a new sofa.
Well, if you want more information, you can look me up at www.humbleheartsfoundation.org, or you can reach me. You can call, text, voicemail at 773-322-2997. And what I do is I take recycled goods and pass them down to those who can use them, whether it be homeless or in a home, essentials. I take everything. I like to focus on the homeless. I used to be homeless. I ran away from home when I was 15. I ended up getting pregnant out in the streets. I formed an addiction to feed my habits, and I did lots of bad things that I'm not proud of, but had I not gone through that life, I would not be here serving my purpose today, and that's giving back and helping. And I do focus on the homeless. A lot of the homeless are there for an incident or a reason. They serve time, and they're released, and upon release, they're still serving time. Society punishes them, people punishes them, and they're not able to get a job. They're not able to feed themselves. They're not able to get into housing. Some have been locked up for 10 years. That's a decade. A lot happens, and when you can't run a credit check, there's nowhere to go but the streets. And when they go to the streets, they need us. We're humans. We need to take care of each other. They need us to come together. And I don't judge. I have no right to judge. I am no one to judge and because I don't want to judge, I do the best that I can to take care of them the best way that I can. I'm a hustler, and I'll hustle for those who need help.
Oh, wait, would you mind if I show the viewers some of your photographs here?
Okay.
Here, I'm going to go to overhead, so bear with me, people here. Oh, Zoom 3. Here's some photographs. Maybe you can walk our viewers through this. Here, what's this first photograph here?
I was a former gang member, and
says gang member 1990. I hate to say Carolyn, but you look really good there.
Thank you. I was a former gang member. I dropped out of school. I ran away from home. I did every drug you could think of, and I was lost. And when I got pregnant, I kept my baby and cleaned up my life, and went back to high school. So the picture next, yes, then the picture is my daughter was 2 years old, and I was 20 years old because I was determined to get that diploma. I didn't want a GED. I didn't want to be a statistic. I wanted my child proud of me. And
wait a minute. You went back for a high school diploma, not the GED?
Correct.
When you had a 2-year-old?
Yes.
Wow. Go girl. All right, what else we got here?
So there's a story to this. My daughter that you see there, Ariella, she saved my life. While I was out homeless and pregnant, I was still doing drugs, and she was born with water on her brain. At 1 week old, they did a spinal tap, and I was told in the emergency room after the spinal tap that she may be born with a mental disability. And
but she's obviously here.
Yes, she was fine. Physically, she was fine. Just water on the brain and possible mental disability. It was a real shocker. It was embarrassing. It was I was hard on myself, and to forgive myself, for my mistakes that I passed down onto my child. Well, God's an amazing Lord, and He's very graceful, and His mercy and grace has forever been over me since then.
That's why I like the next picture here. What's this one here?
That child that the doctors declared that she may have a mental disability ended up getting a 4-year academic scholarship to DePaul University.
Wow.
4 years later, she graduated from Chicago School of Psychology with a master's.
So who's this hot chick next to the graduate?
That would be Mama, me.
Oh, hold on, Carolyn, we've got a caller. Caller, do you have a comment or question for Carolyn?
Yes, and good evening, and thanks for taking the call.
Hi, Stephen. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great, sweetheart. It's a
All right. Do
great
you have a
day.
question for Carolyn and her Humble Hearts organization?
Yes, I got a
Did the
quick
right one.
comment to
Yes.
her. First of all, let me give you all the kudos that you need to have. I used to run a detox. I've seen many people, and people that look down at people. I think that's the worst thing in the world, because a lot of times there's many reasons why people go through things. But listen, it's old saying, if you don't have a story, what am I going to be listening to? That's why it takes a person that has been through something to give some kind of wisdom to someone else. If you ain't never been through something, how in the heck can you give any information out to? Listen, one thing I could tell you, sweetheart, you hold your head up. You don't care what somebody know about what you did. Hell, you know what you did, and there's some other people know what you did. But that was then, and what is now, look at you now. So again, I think it's a wonderful story. I hear it so many times. Again, I think the most beautiful thing in this world is a female. If you got a nice smile, beautiful eyes, I swear to God, I could look through your eyes and look at the bottom of your feet.
You're getting me hot and bothered there. Hold on a second.
Yeah, so you keep that. You make sure you keep that. And you do not... Oh, you know, baby. You already know about your smile. Just like I told you, quit looking. It will come. Just quit looking. You're a beautiful woman, and then you're on TV. So there's going to be many people going to see you that going to want to speak. Again, keep your minds open. Always keep your mind open. Do not think that you can fix people, because you can't fix people. Leave it alone. But listen, again, to you, Rose, I congratulate you. You came a long way. Make sure you keep on telling your story, because there's someone out here that needs to hear that, and that might change that person. Remember, if you just change one person besides yourself, you did God's work. Let me get out there so I can hear your response. Thank you, young ladies, for taking the call.
Thank you. Very sweet, very sweet.
I don't think we're done with... Oh, wait, hold on. We got another caller. Caller, do you have a comment or question for Miss Carolyn?
I do. My name is Angelina.
Hi, Angelina.
Hi, I think Carol knows me very well. I was calling because I feel that she really needs to know what a powerful woman she is, what a beautiful influence she has over the community, over the people that know her. Just looking at her Facebook page, it brings me tears of joy knowing that she spreads so much love and she stands in the gap for so many families that need somebody like her. As she said, she doesn't judge, and that's the foremost important thing that everybody should do in this world that we live in, you know. Jesus didn't die for us to live in a cruel world. And people like Carol make things so positive. And that's what we need, more positive people like her. And after everything she's been through, she's still a rock for so many people. So many people call her sister. So many people call her a guardian angel here on earth. And to me, that's exactly who she is. And I love her for it. I personally love her for it. I love her for the strength that she shows and the person that she is. And I admire her. I truly admire her as a person. And Carol, I want you to know that you are so special to me and to everybody who knows you. And keep that beautiful smile that you have on your face no matter what you get through it all. And you are exactly who God wanted you to be. All your past is a part of you. That's a testimony. Your testimony is so strong, and you show everybody that sees who you are, exactly who you are, and exactly how
Angelica,
they can get
thank
through
you.
what
That
they're
is
going
really
through.
fantastic. But, you know, I don't think we finished listening to what Carolyn, her story here. Would you mind if I continue showing you some more pictures here? There we go. Here we go. We were talking about your daughter and how she graduated from DePaul.
Yes, Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Angie.
She graduated from DePaul University. She had a full academic scholarship and went off to get her master's in psychology. And
then who's this woman right here?
that is me.
Fantastic.
Today.
All right, and how does your program work? How does this work? How do you get funds to provide goods to people in need?
I fund my own organization.
Do you have a GoFundMe page?
I do put up GoFundMe pages. I don't get very far with that, but I am a firm believer that God gives me what I need, and I find a way to spread it, share it. I'm very blessed with in-kind donations that.
Well, hold on. If one of our viewers has got, I don't know, a toaster, a mixmaster, that kind of thing, a camera, a lamp, how do they get in touch with you, Carolyn?
They can reach me at 773-322-2997 or go to my website, which is www.humbleheartsfoundation.org.
And let me just pause for our station ID here. You're watching CAN TV, Channel 21, and this is Greenslate I Incorporated. And we're also streaming online at cantv.org/hotline. And today we're joined by Carolyn from the Humble Hearts organization. So once again, if you have a comment, question, or concern for Carolyn, even if you need a new lamp, please call the number through your screen and join the conversation, 312-738-1060. All right, Carolyn, the other thing is how did you turn your life around like that? Was it just because of your daughter's illness? That's the one, because it's so hard to do that one domino that starts the whole 180 degrees. So maybe you can tell some of our viewers, what was it, your daughter's illness, the one that was like the wake-up call?
It was the start of the wake-up call, and it didn't start out easy. Life is never easy, so you just keep pushing and treading along, and I knew I wanted to be somebody to my daughter. I knew I wanted to be someone very important to her, not just a mother, but a good mother. And getting myself cleaned and taken care of was the only way that I was going to take care of her. I fell in love with her. I never knew what love was. I really never knew how to give love, and she was my love at first sight.
But it was that first small step that gets you going, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the rest is history. I went from victims of many things to victory of wonderful many things.
And how do you select the recipients of the Hearts organization?
I assess everybody. I have on my website, there's an application where they can fill out.
What was that website? I don't think I wrote that down.
It is www.humbleheartsfoundation.org, and you can reach me. And I personally go through each applicant, and there is a screening process, and from the screening process, when they are in need, that's when I move mountains.
Carolyn, I think we have another caller. Caller, do you have a comment or question for Carolyn?
I sure do. Well, hiya, Mrs. Kowalski.
Hi, Paula. How are you tonight?
Fine. Hi, lady next to Kowalski. You're looking beautiful tonight.
Thank you. Hello.
Like Steve said, hey, young lady, you're an angel and inspiration to all kinds of people in a situation like yours. What you're doing for your daughter, what you're doing for the city of Chicago, you are an absolute angel, sweetheart. You must have had God or somebody on your shoulders, and you seem so positive about everything. Looks like you could just about handle anything. Whatever you're touching, whatever you're doing, just keep going. God bless you, sweetheart, and God bless that baby at home. And God bless all the other children in Chicago. Kowalski, you're looking beautiful tonight.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Paula.
Oh, my God.
So I'm dying to let's ask Carolyn. Carolyn, let's suppose I've got an old sofa, but it's still got some years to it. Do you take donations like that?
We certainly do. Where's the lady with the hair last week? She was so cute. She was adorable, but your hair looks beautiful tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, Paula, I think we got another caller.
All right, I love you. Good night, lady.
Thank you. Caller, do you have a comment or question for Carolyn?
Yeah, hi, Jan. I wanted to ask her about Puerto Rico, the incident that happened over there when almost the whole country was in darkness. Have she reached out to those people, and has she done any fundraising with those people?
Well, hold on, caller. You sound familiar. What's your name, caller? Oh, I think we lost him. That was Ziv Sistrunk, the founder and executive director of Greenslate I Incorporated, the sponsor.
I can't answer that question.
What's going on with Puerto Rico, Carolyn?
Well, Puerto Rico had their hurricane over there.
Devastating.
And what Humble Hearts did was we helped raise and collect food to send over there and clothing over there. So for a few months, all our overages, all our clothing that we took in would be our pantry, was shipped over to Puerto Rico in support of them. We collected some water and sent that out as well. I didn't personally send it out. We just held food drives, and it was posted on my Humble Hearts page.
That's fantastic. So once again, if I wanted to follow you, I'd go to
You can go to www.humbleheartsfoundation.org, or you can look me up on Facebook, Humble Hearts Organization, or you can text me. I take all my calls personally. I will speak to you directly, and if I can't talk to you, I will let you know, but we'll get back to you. That number is 773-322-2997.
And do you take all gently used household goods?
Absolutely. We take all things.
Oh, I think you have another caller. Carolyn, do we have a caller? Do you have a comment or question for Carolyn?
Yeah, actually, she was talking about what I wanted to ask her. If I wanted to donate something to her organization, where can I bring it, and what is her phone number?
Because I run the organization out of my home, I ran it out of my home for many years, and I work a lot with the homeless and everything. I don't publicly put my business card out there other than social media or my website. If you text me or call me at 773-322-2997, I will directly give you my address. Again, the organization is ran out of my home.
And of course, if anyone wants to volunteer or donate office space for Humble Hearts, please call the number 773
322-2997.
All right, fantastic. We only have a couple more minutes. I was hoping that did you tell all our audience about everything that Helping Hearts does?
Well,
Helping Hearts. I'm sorry.
Humble Hearts.
Humble Hearts.
Humble Hearts offers a lot. Well, we focus on events. So I host several events throughout the year. I host a prom event. With my prom event, I had 102 girls show up this year. Where it's kind of like the glass slipper. They walk out with a dress and accessories.
You didn't call me about that.
I host a coat drive. Last year's coat drive took in 800 coats. We were able to pass out to 300 individuals. I host a Christmas event, holiday event, and that's about 100 people. So my events bring in anywhere between 75 to 150 people, and I make sure everyone is taken care of to the best that I can through all donated items.
Do we have another caller? Caller, do you have a comment or question for Carolyn? Caller?
Hello?
Hi, yes, do you have a comment or question for Carolyn?
Paula. Yes, it's me.
Hi again, Paula.
I got cut off. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I'm talking about the Puerto Rican people down there?
Yes.
Okay, I was watching New York Housewives a couple of weeks ago, and about 6 or 7 of them ladies, because they got plenty of money, they all took a ride down there to Puerto Rico and went to individually, those houses all broke up. They all gave them about $600-700 a piece. So anybody that wants to help those people in Puerto Rico, all you got to do is go there. You could give it to them in their hands. You could drive down the street and see the destruction for those people, and I don't understand it because it's United States, and
You're absolutely right,
makes me
Paula. It's downright embarrassing.
Absolutely, but if anybody wants to go to give a donation, they either give it to you. You look like an honest person, and how do you get the money down there to the people in Puerto Rico, or are those the people from Puerto Rico that came up here?
So how did you get the aid to Puerto Rico? So what
it was delivered to Humble Park and La Casa Puertorriqueña when they were collecting their items. I personally did not take it. I just collected it and delivered.
Right. How about money? How about if we want to
Exactly, if I wanted to donate cash
If you want to donate cash to Puerto Rico,
to the organization Humble Hearts.
you
Call me or text me at
www.humbleheartsfoundation.org.
Right. Either that or take a vacation and go to Puerto Rico.
No, not take it back.
help
No,
a few
call
people
Humble
out.
Hearts. Call Humble Hearts. She'll make sure the money gets to Puerto Rico or a deserving family, which she screens. Last word, Paula. I'm sorry, Carolyn, for our viewers.
I'm sorry?
Last word for our viewers.
Well, I just
Parting thoughts.
I just want to say thank you so much for hearing me out there. If you want to hear my see my testimony, if you want to know more about Humble Hearts, go to www.humbleheartsfoundation.org, or you can call me 773-322-2997. I just want to say this real fast. Streetwise is honoring me as one of, along with 19 other people, as 20 most inspiring people in Chicago, and they're
By Streetwise.
by Streetwise,
Is
yes.
this the August issue?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for watching and participating in today's show. And of course, I'm Jan Kowalski McDonald with Greenslate I. And my guest tonight has been Carolyn with Humble Hearts Organization. And thank you for joining us, Carolyn. And tonight, my technician has been Pookie and executive producer Ziff Sistrong. Thank you and have a good night.